Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to a little bit of deja vu here in Blood Bowl 2. What do you think the odds are that this actually is the same team and that the High Elves just entered twice, figuring, we're so much better than everybody else, I'm sure we can run a double schedule. I guess it gets awkward the week they have to play against themselves. Anyway, what I've done to our team in the interim is I've hired a new fanatic, Ivan the Terrible, and I finally picked us up an apothecary. I think the subject of when to pick an apothecary up is actually fairly complicated with some teams, and goblins are a great illustration of a team where I don't know that the apothecary, I don't know that the players are worth buying an apothecary for, basically. Okay, so we're quite a bit under their TV. Unfortunately, not quite enough to buy anything really cool, and we don't have enough money of our own to put in to buy anything really cool. We might get to see some neat inducements, though. I'll buy a wizard if one becomes available to us. But I think for now we're going to have to settle for a single discounted bribe. And we are only running 13 players this game, which means that if all of our secret weapon players get sent off, we'll be shorthanded. But I think it's okay against High Elves, provided we don't take a huge number of injuries, which we might. But anyway, what I was saying about apothecaries. It costs 50,000 gold to hire an apothecary. During team construction, rerolls are often, a team reroll is often in the neighborhood of 60 to 70,000. But if you want to buy a reroll after your team is finished, after you've actually played a game, they're double. So I usually don't buy an apothecary right away, and I save that money to purchase an additional team reroll during the time when they're cheap. And then the question is, how deep do you need to get in before that apothecary is a really good purchase, right? Before the money you spend on an apothecary will save you money over having to rehire players. And with a goblin team, I think it's a little bit less urgent, because if you lose a guy or two, it's kind of whatever. It really only becomes an issue once people start getting levels. You definitely don't want to lose a leveled up player, because it's so hard to get levels with goblins. It's not like you're going to be scoring all the time or anything. Alright, if we win the flip here, I think we choose to kick. Alright, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, I never win flips. Alright. So let's do pretty much what we did before. Who do we want to post in the first? I'm gonna do what we did last time. We're gonna run the Looney and the Bombardier. This time I'm gonna keep a better track of what turn it is. So who's on the sideline here? It's a pair of 0 star player point players. Okay. So our quote unquote good players, insofar as we have such a thing, are already out. Widow, I'm gonna have Widow be in the back. I like this view that just highlights which players have additional skills. Now I'm thinking I might want to set my trolls up wide like this. This does make it easier for them to generate assists, so I might even move some goblins up. No, I probably shouldn't. But I do think I want to set my trolls up wide because I don't want them to be able to set up around us, right? Here, a troll can throw a punch at almost every square on the line of scrimmage in the center. This seems like the way to go for me. We'll put you here, and you here, so we've got that nice, those deep tackle zones. And let's see what they do. A lot of our strategic concerns this game are exactly the same as our concerns last game were, so... Ooh, careful. Okay. They get an extra team reroll. So I guess I don't really have that many things to talk about. Oh no, it went out of bounds. So they just get to give it to a player. It's not that big of a deal, because it's elves. They would have almost certainly succeeded their pickup roll anyway. It can be a bigger deal against teams that have a serious paucity of high agility players. In particular, I'm thinking Khemri, who are all agility 2, or even a team that only has a couple of agility 3 players and then a bunch of agility 2 fighting guys like the Chaos teams and stuff. So they've placed their ball carrier in a pretty precarious position. I assume that they intend to cage up here, but we may be seeing our first pogo or leap, depending on what exactly they do on defense here. And I'm playing goblins, by the way, because I do want to use all the special weird stuff. So I know I haven't gotten to like throw bombs and do crazy things quite as much as I might like to. Ooh, that's a bad roll for them. And they follow up adjacent to the chainsaw again. Okay, they're actually they're having some pretty bad block dice here. They put way more effort into that block than they needed to, and it did not work. Okay, so this guy has guard. This guy, his assist is never denied. He always provides his assist. So we have to be a little bit careful about that. But they've made some, what I would characterize as very poor decisions here. We can definitely get a 2-die block on this ball carrier, right? So this guy has diving tackle. Right? Oh no, I took sneaky git instead. That's fair. That's probably right. Okay, well this guy not having diving tackle does make this situation slightly worse. But right, we can do... Well, we can get a 1-die block on him for sure. Right, we can post a goblin right here for an assist. This guy's assist is already denied. And then somebody just runs up here and punches him. But a 1-die block... Dude doesn't have dodge or block. There's no way we're going to be able to get a troll blitz off on him. And I can't generate a second assist unless we knock this guy down. If I move enough goblins over to do a 2-die block here, we could make something happen. Let's try that. So I guess I'm going to start by rolling a die here. Okay. Then we put you here. And now this is a 2-die block. And if it works and we knock him down, we get the follow-up, and that's an additional assist that we wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Yeah, still follow. We can post an additional assist on this side if we can get somebody over here. We cannot, in fact. So, this guy going down would have been really cool. So we can pretty easily put an assist over here and get the 1-die block. And at least this way, like, we're, right, he's got tackle zones on him and stuff. Bombardier can't really do anything meaningful here. Yeah, I think the only version of this that does anything at all is we post here. I'm not going to have the pogoer throw the block, I don't think. No, you know what? I will. Alright, I'm going to hit him from this side. We push him forward, which is not totally ideal, but we push him deep into a large network of tackle zones. If this doesn't, obviously, if we don't get the knockdown. We could just get the knockdown, and I do have my team reroll still available this turn. Let's try that again. Okay. Follow him up. So, when he was here, he had the option of dodging out into a space that has no tackle zones, right? He no longer has that option. Alright, let's try to free up some movement. This is something I definitely want to do. Not a bad start. Now we do still have this troll unmarked. There's nobody adjacent to this troll. So maybe we can move the troll into a position to help threaten the ball carrier. He doesn't have a lot of movement, unfortunately. Do I want to take GFIs on a troll? I'm going to try one. Come on. Nope. Oh, and his armor broke. Okay, well, that's not great. We rolled an 11 on the armor break, which, by the way, is, you do need a 10 or higher. It's pretty unlikely. Well, let us hope that this is not setting a tone for the rest of the game, because that turn really didn't go that well. We did get to chainsaw an elf, and I never feel bad about that. Yeah, I was having a pretty good day already. And, getting to unleash the chainsaw on some elves is making it even better. Yeah, I don't really think I've ever talked about what my problem is with elves. I just have made a lot of references to not liking elves. I have in a lot of... listen, probably you have guessed at this point. I've played a lot of role-playing games of various kinds. And in my time playing a lot of role-playing games, I've played a lot of dwarves in particular. And so I've just had a lot of traumatic experiences exacted upon me by elves in a lot of different games. This stuff adds up, man. Alright, so what are they going to do with their ball carrier? Nothing. They figured it was too dangerous, I guess. Okay, well, we're actually in a position where we can get a 2-die block out of this if we can just deny this guy's assist. So how do I want to do that? Probably it's just, right, like roll out. The dodge is very likely to work. We move to here, it denies the assist, it gives us another hand on the ball carrier. And this lets us throw a 2-die block with no blitz that if it turns out only to be a push, will push him adjacent to the troll. So we get a troll swing, and then we can still blitz him afterward. We have a lot of chances to knock this guy down. Maybe I should have knocked him down this way, actually. Yeah, I probably should have. Because now the ball has a much better chance of going into one of his players' hands than it does one of mine. Okay, that bounced around quite a bit, but we ended up in a pretty okay spot. So if we move you around to here, generate another assist on this guy, we have a lot of chances to punch this guy. I'm not going to use a reroll on that. Our turn won't end if we fail this catch. Oh, it's really bouncing. Nope, nope, nope. You've got to be kidding me. I cannot catch a break over here. Troll, fix it. He failed. Let's push him to here. Follow up. Because I don't want to push him over closer to their defenders. So we do still have our blitz. Actually, can the chainsaw... No, chainsaw can't really get to him. I was kind of hoping that we would be able to save our blitz for the chainsaw, obviously, but we will do what we have to do to get the ball away from these elves. I kind of want to just eat the both down a little bit. No, let's try to maintain some control here. Okay. Definitely fall. Okay, not bad. So if he's KO'd, the ball just goes down in his space, is that right? Oh no, it still scatters, okay. Okay. Took a little GFI there. So we've got 2 tackle zones on the ball. That's not necessarily going to keep it out of elven hands, but it's a good start. So where do we want to put Chainsaw Man? We probably want to put him on... Actually, I want to put him in a place where he can't get blitzed, probably, or where he can't get punched without using the blitz, since he's so likely to get injured if he does get knocked down. Though we're going to be using him as our blitzer most of the time, we just couldn't get it done here. Actually, I probably shouldn't have done that. Or rather, I should have waited, because I could throw the bomb, right? I mean, it's a quick pass. I'm going to go for it, I think. I'm going to bail out of here first. Alright. My biggest concern here is that I'm going to miss and scatter it north of square and cause some serious problems. But look at the opportunity I have. And yeah, maybe they intercept it. That's possible. This is pretty unlikely to work. Did you catch it? Nope, I just dropped it in my square. Okay, that's something. I got a knockdown on myself and a stun on that other guy. That's positive. That was a good result. It may not seem like dropping a bomb at your own feet and getting knocked over by it is a good result, but that's, you know, is one of the ways in which Blood Bowl slightly differs from real life. Alright, looks like they're gonna try to get the triple die block on the chainsaw guy. They want him out of there. That's fair. That's pretty reasonable, I think. Hopefully that's not too audible. Elise is sleeping on the couch right now, and she is snoring up a storm. Come on. Ah, he got it. Well, this is probably going to be an injury. It does not take a very good roll to make the Fanatic hurt himself. His armor is quite low. Okay, all we got was a stun, though. Alright. They have been failing to find... I can't complain too much about the block. The blocks. They have been failing to find POWs a lot. Okay, so we need to put a little bit of an assist on this. I probably am just going to have the Pogoer do a blitz here. We can get a 2-die block, push him to here if it fails, and then we'll still have the assist for another 2-die block. And actually, if we throw the punch from here, and that block fails, we'll push him adjacent to the troll, who obviously will have a 2-die block. We're very good at dodging. Okay. I bet that really hurts to get that thing just, like, power jammed into your face like that. Let's try to take their tackle zones off the ball. Ooh. It wouldn't be the end of the world for me if this was a both down. Do I want to use my... Do I want to go down to 1 reroll with 5 turns left? No, I don't. I'm just going to eat the both down. Oh, nice. We got a KO out of it. Yeah, so our troll has higher armor value than the elf, and our troll has Mighty Blow, and our troll has regeneration. So if his armor did break, it probably wouldn't matter. Oh, I didn't... I forgot to stand up my, my guy here and my guy here. I'm way too focused on the ball. Listen, I'm a lot of things. I have a lot of qualities. Some of them are even positive. But one thing that I don't think anyone has ever said about me is that I am meticulous. Wow, he just dodged into a tackle zone, pick up the ball in a tackle zone, no big deal. Fortunately, he didn't try to do anything with it after that. But I'm a little frustrated that they still have all of their rerolls left. That's not totally great for me. This is, you know, this is goblin life. When your opponents always get 2-die blocks against you without any effort, it can be pretty tricky to get them to do rerolls. Against an elf team, the place where you're going to get most of your rerolls is through failed blocks, because they're going to hit most of their dodge rolls pretty easily. Although, obviously, right there, we saw the opposite, because the game is very spiteful. How do I want to do this? Now, let's stand this troll up. I'm just going to stand this guy up in place. I don't... You know what? Let's try to use my blitz. If the blitz doesn't work, we can still try to concoct a 2-die block from Widow. I will spend a reroll for this. It's important. Okay, we got there. Well, to be fair, it would be cool if we knocked this guy out. Hey! All right, we caught it. This game has been a little bit embarrassing for us. Why was he running away from the ball carrier? The ball carrier should not be getting good trips. Like, you should be keeping dudes near him. Questionable decisions. And again, I just didn't stand these dudes up. This time it wasn't on purpose, though, because they're both marked, and I didn't want them to just be free punches. Okay, so they push. They have another good punch here. So they've done a good job of setting up their push chain. But they fail to get it again. Now, Widow's not really the one that we want to get our star player points on. I mean, I'll take my points where I can get them, obviously. But it would be better for us if we spread out the star player points a little bit. Concentrating upgrades on a single goblin. No, I'm not gonna apothecary a KO. Focusing upgrades on a single goblin is asking for that goblin to get killed. It's always pretty dangerous to focus upgrades on a 7 armor value player. But in particular, a stunty 7 armor value player. Stunty, one of the things that makes them so good at dodging, also makes them pretty bad at throwing the pass because they're much smaller than the ball is, and adds to their injury rolls. So I can't throw the bomb after I get up, right? Yeah, okay. So we'll just move him up this time. You're not adjacent to a player. So I'm kind of thinking about using my blitz to just shave off one of these guys. The Goblin Widow needs to dodge out and then try to run up the field past them, I think. That's going to be our best chance of a score. There's no way we're going to cage, and even if we did, all of our players have 2 strength. So if we, first of all, move the Looney out of this space, then Widow can retreat to this space, which is the most efficient retreat since we have to go around. And if the Looney can additionally knock this guy down, we can get, you know, a much more efficient path. But I do think I'm going to do it from here. This is slightly less efficient because we can't run this way anymore, but it also means that my Looney's not in a position where he just gets auto-punched. It's always dangerous when you are a stunty team. Oh, no. Well, that's unfortunate. We rolled a 4. I do think this is the best thing we can do. And I know it puts our ball carrier in tremendous danger, but it's like, wow, I don't think we have another choice, really. All right, we're not going to be able to get... Oh, no, never mind. I think I will do this. I was going to say we're not going to be able to get anybody adjacent to BTO. Oof. Well, that sucks. I'm not going to use our last reroll to fix that. It would let us stand the troll, but I don't think it's terribly important. And I don't think, like, there's no defensive formation we're going to be able to build here. Oh, they got the POW. So what do we have left? We have 3 turns. We could still score this. It is still doable. But we need to get a little bit lucky. They still have 2 rerolls left? Okay. I'm kind of hoping they cage up. Ooh, he snaked the dodge. Failed it twice. I was kind of hoping they would cage up because I want to throw a bomb right here and I was hoping to get some more potential injuries. Man, this I'm setting up the bomb animation is really long. Actually, hold on. Hold up. Before we do that, why don't we remember, like, let's stand people up. Do I want to GFI with this guy? It could end my turn before it begins, but him being here also could potentially make the elves roll a bunch more dice. I don't think it's worth it. Alright, let's throw our bomb. Yeah, stand up. I don't... This might not be a good idea, but stand up. Yeah, I'm gonna throw for this square. I rolled inaccurate. I will take inaccurate. Okay, that's not a bad outcome at all. It gives our Looney a clear blitz at their blocker, and this guy is a blitzer, so he has block. So a chainsaw, allowing us to avoid the block dice entirely, is probably a pretty good way to go about this. Oh, man. All of a sudden, I can't roll for crap with the chainsaw. Okay, so, in order to get the Pogoer out of this position, ordinarily we'd have to make a dodge into a tackle zone, and then make a dodge out. The odds of us making that sequence of dodges is actually quite a bit worse than the odds of us making a single leap. Oh, the game is so inconsistent. Sometimes you gotta right click, sometimes you gotta left click. Go for it. Oh! He rolled a 1. Try that again. Okay. He successfully action jumps. Alright, we're just going to put as many bodies on this dude as possible. They can't blitz us all. They could potentially throw a pass through all of our coverage. That is absolutely a thing that could still happen. But let's hope it doesn't, I guess. I'm going to try to drop this guy. This is risky, but I don't think having these goblins down here is really helping very much. Interceptions are pretty unlikely. Alright. Bodies. Let's see him weasel out of this. And we totally still have the ability to score. Actually, I think we could even score if we get control of the ball in the last turn, if we can get it to the pogoer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. He doesn't even have to GFI from there. I guess we'll see what they do here. They might blitz him off because he's the player closest to their end zone. Because they can only blitz off one of us. So they have an easy punch on this guy with Matan Finder. Okay. With this elf. This fellow who has a very elfy name. Okay, it's a good start. They're going to get to push one of our players. I'm surprised they didn't push the chainsaw away. Oh, they just knew they were going to make that run. Okay, well. I don't think I want to blitz with the troll, because we don't have any rerolls, and if the troll fails his blitz, it could be bad. Okay. Yeah, if he had gone really stupid at that moment, obviously it would have been disastrous. But we can set up a 2-die block, right? I guess it doesn't really matter who does this. Let's just... This guy's a blitzer too. This actually might be a good time to... If we get him down in a position where a lot of us are adjacent to him, this might be a good time to foul. Getting a blitzer off the field would be really cool. So how do I want to set you up? I want... So then I want Wither to go last, though, if we're going to try a foul. Honestly, the odds of the Looney thing working out are pretty good. He doesn't have dodge, though. So he's a little bit less likely to make this dodge out. And he could just hit somebody, right? He could, like, hit that blitzer. So why don't we try pulling... I'm going to try pulling the Bombardier. The Bombardier has dodge, right? Yeah, okay. Pulling him to this position to set up the second assist. Okay, here we go. This is what we want. Give me the down. Damn it. Well, it is still possible for me to get a touchdown as long as I don't move the pogoer down the field toward us very much. Let's put some marks on some guys here. There's a blitzer that we can attempt to kill. Alright, well, it's something. It's not a kill, but... Let's make some dodges. Who else wants to dodge? Let's just make it as awkward as possible for this guy to move around. And by the way, we're failing dodge rolls all over the place, but all the free rerolls are really helping out. It's like, seriously cover this dude. The problem is, if he makes a double dodge, which he totally might, they could still score on a pass, right? No, they can't. They left all their guys too far back. Okay, yeah, then maximum coverage on this dude. Let's hurt him. And I'm going to try this punch. It doesn't super matter if it doesn't succeed. Okay, it's fine. Ooh, Eddie Tango's injured. How badly? I will accept no serious long-term effects. You can re-roll those with an apothecary into I am not actually injured at all, but I don't think that would be wise here. We should save our apothecary for a real injury. By the way, the fact that we just took an injury there means that if we lose all of our special weapon players now, we will be shorthanded. So I might, during the second half, have to do something a little desperate. Ooh, failed the GFI. They do still have a reroll. And if you're wondering whether that rerolling that is the same thing to do, yeah, it could still matter, because the guy could have gotten injured on the GFI. Uh-oh. Good luck, Slash and Burn. Alright, he got a little chainsawed. He'll be alright. Ah, they're marking up my pogoer, because they know what's up. They know the plan. Okay. So we have to get this guy down, we have to run the ball over to the pogoer, we have to make a handoff to the pogoer somehow, and then the pogoer needs to get the ball downfield. That's about the only handoff, about the only chance of a touchdown we have. So we need to do this carefully. We need to punch this guy in a way that gives us the maximum number of punches to bring him down. So we get to push him into the troll. Then I'm going to have the troll push him back. Okay, there we go. Found one. Here, I guess. That's the worst possible outcome. So it's no longer possible for us to score, because the ball went to a goblin who doesn't have a turn. Shit. Well... let me think here. So, I haven't talked too much about this, but we do have the ability to have a troll pick a goblin up and hurl him downfield. So we could have the troll run over here, grab this goblin, and just throw him at the end zone, but I don't think he can make it far enough down. In fact, I'm almost certain he can't. So, and that would use our pass action. So I think what we're going to do instead is I'm going to run our pogoer away a little bit. And then I'm going to use our pass action to throw a bomb at this cluster of elf players. Oops. I keep left clicking. Because there's 4 players right here, and if this scatters up or to the right, or rather up or up and to the right, we can still get guys. Oh, but I don't want to throw it into his square. Right, we'll throw it onto the downed guy. How about that? Because he has a much better chance of catching it if I throw it right to him. Oh. That's a shame. If that had worked, I was going to throw a big foul. All we needed was for him not to fumble. Even an inaccurate pass doesn't end the turn. But him fumbling it into his square is real bad. Okay, the good news is we held it to a tied score, and we're receiving. The other good news is we are now properly in the second half. I think I'm not going to spend my bribe keeping either of our players in, but I will potentially spend a bribe keeping the ball and chain guy in. Okay. So we are properly in the second half. I know what turn it is.
You've done a good job. I'll go watch the end of the match from the bench.
How do I want to set up here? I think these guys probably have it under control. I don't imagine I need to keep... Well, we might want to keep goblins up here for the trolls to have a better chance of being able to move, right? So why don't I instead do this? We'll put this guy up somewhere. Actually, we can put this guy right here. He can be the guy who tells the trolls what to do. Because they've actually put themselves in a position where I might be able to score some 2-die blocks against some elves who are maybe a little bit too brave. Alright, that one's a blitzer. We should try to remove the blitzers, right? Alright, what's our kickoff event? The enemy gets an extra reroll. Great. Oh. Interesting. I kind of think I want to give the ball to Blake, then. It is worth noting Giggles would level up off of a touchdown, but Blake is the one who's most likely to get us the touchdown, I think. You know, given everything here. So let's start with this guy. Risky. Let's push him to a position where he's still adjacent to the... Oh no, we're fine, because we can do this. And then we can go up again. Okay, that was a pretty good outcome, I think. I think I maybe don't follow. So if we put this guy here, I guess my plan could be for the ball carrier to end the turn here, like Cage. We're going to have to move down the field kind of slowly, I think. Which means I really want this to work. Okay. Alright, no armor breaks, though, huh? So I think the ball carrier ends up right here and just doesn't move any further than that. We have to let their defensive formation break up a little bit, I think, before we're going to be able to advance. I suppose I could run to here. That would make this a 2-die block. We push him off, and... yeah, I'll try it. This is a little bit more risky. Yeah, because that's a pretty bad outcome. Oh, I should have punched this guy from Widow's space. I have made an error. Okay. So these guys can just kind of get over here in the general area. We'll make one GFI. It's enough to put tackle zones around the ball carrier. Make things a little bit easier for us. But we still have our blitz. Maybe the right blitz is push this guy off and then run the pogoer this way. Now let's just throw a punch. Okay, good start. Yep. That's a blocker, so those two faces were equivalent. A 1-die block is fairly unlikely to not work out, even against a player who has block. But it's not tremendously unlikely. The good news is, it's going to be tough for them to break through the cage. The bad news is, this guy doesn't have to. He's just going to run like that and hit me from the back. But he might fail his dodge, right? And even if he does knock us down, the ball's in a pretty friendly location. I mean, provided that we don't get a long chain of bobbles, which could end up with the ball basically anywhere with this formation. Okay, he does find the knockdown. Ooh. Okay. Okay. This is not so bad. So we could have Ivan the Terrible move down. He's the only person who can hit this guy without spending our blitz. So before we do that, let's have this troll throw his punch, because he's about to lose his adjacent guy. Stay put. That's a pretty annoying thing to have happened. You know, Blake's not going to do anything else. I was considering having Blake still be the guy to pick the ball up, but no, we should stand him up now. Too stupid to throw a block. Great. What a good time for us to lose all these tackle zones. Oh, you're killing me with this. Okay, okay. You can do it. Nope, you missed. I'm going to roll the GFI. One more time. Nope, couldn't get there. Okay, the good news is we now have 2 assists on this guy, so I can just use the normal blitz. It's not what I was looking for, but I'll take it. I really don't want to burn through my rerolls too quickly. So I think we're going to just accept that this is going to suck. Now, we could push him onto the ball, which will cause the ball to scatter. If it scatters to here, it's bad for us, but if it scatters to any other space, I think it's pretty good. Okay. That's positive for me. Oh, right, the pogoer. I should, like, get my guys up and stuff. I should be good at Blood Bowl. Do you remember when I was concerned about being good at Blood Bowl? Alright, so Giggles does end up with the ball potentially anyway. It would actually be really nice if we hit this. Control of the ball is pretty important. Now, if I run out here, I'm opening myself up to the blitz from there. If I stay right here, I have a blocker adjacent to one of my cage corners, but I think I'm just going to accept that risk. I'm going to roll this guy back off of these dudes. Like, if they knock my troll over, they knock my troll over. Alright, let's make it so it's hard for them to get through. Use our tackle zones as a buffer. They could still blitz this guy down and run somebody through. But I don't know if there's anything I can really do to stop that. Alright, so they're going to mark a bunch of goblins up. Marking goblins is kind of a good idea in the sense that they're unlikely to be able to punch you back, and kind of not a great idea in the sense that they are not going to be prevented from moving, because they're goblins. They get away from stuff. That's what they do. The bonus +1 on dodge rolls that is offered by Stunty makes goblins dodge as well as a 4 agility player. So goblins are elves for the purposes of getting away from punches. Okay, that's bad. That's a bad place to use your blitz. I kind of want, like, a knockdown here would not have been the end of the world. Oh, still would not be the end of the world. I kind of wish it had been a, you know, because I want to move my Fanatic up this way. There's some chance that he's going to obliterate Damien when he goes, but I think we have to take it. Okay, pretty good result. This is likely to work out. Alright, and then we move this way, and... okay, that's fine. I'm not going to push it. Okay, good stuff. And I'm pretty sure we don't want to follow. We want to keep these tackle zones up front. So I think we have to go this way now. We have to try to get around them. So let's move this goblin to here. I haven't used my blitz. So we could put another assist on this guy. We could throw a 2-die punch with the pogoer. I'm considering troll blitzing this guy. I think I'm going to try it. And if we hit, then we can move up and mark this guy with the troll. Ah, no hit. Alright, well, we'll just mark the guy we hit. That's fine. I'm going to put this goblin here. If all we get is a push on this elf, I'm going to push him up to here. Keep him away from the ball carrier a little bit more. But sadly, the lack of knockdowns is making it a little bit tricky for me to figure out where my path is. Oh. Okay, just a stun. I mean, it's still pretty good, though. So the real question now is, do we try to set up another... oh, actually, we have a 2-die block right here, right? Because we have one assist already. Ball carrier is not in a super safe place, but there isn't a place that's very safe. You know what, let's try to maintain control of our turn. Nope, we didn't. Awful lot of skulls on those dice. I mean, that is a better outcome, right? We did at least get a stun out of it. So, depending on how things go, we might still be able to open up a hole on the left. The right is also maybe like it's tough for me to know where our opening is going to be. A lot depends on what happens with these blitzers this turn. If they get up and try to dodge out and fail, or if they just stay down, or if they stand up and don't do anything, right? Like, these are all pretty different situations. Okay, good. The worst case scenario there was him rolling a both down. Even a normal knockdown wouldn't have been too bad, because it would have knocked the ball toward our guys. But a both down would have left him more likely to recover than us. Poor troll. Just can't quite get it together. Alright, I think I want to move this guy up. We might be able to clobber one or two of these guys. And in doing so, open up a path up the left side of the field. Oh, I forgot. I should have stood up my dude first. Okay, go this way? Yes. Aw. Man. Should I go one more? The odds of me getting a good punch in are pretty good. And the if I don't get a good punch in, I end up like marking all these dudes. Let's go for it. Okay, that's a decent set of marks. I don't think I want to roll again. So we have an opening. Okay, so we use the push to move this guy over here. You really got to get good at setting up chain pushes. That's kind of like the next level of Blood Bowl skill up from being able to figure out where your blocks and stuff should go, is figuring out where you need to push people into other people to force this kind of movement. Because you can often use it to free up. Like if we had knocked this guy down, that would have freed up this goblin to come over here and we could have set up a whole thing. As it is, this guy is still a problem. So let's move to... That's unfortunate. What I really want to do is move to here. Oh no, I guess this doesn't provide an assist. I was thinking I want to make sure the troll can do stuff, but yeah, we'll just move to here, get that assist. Okay, good stuff. And this guy can stay adjacent to the troll. We definitely follow. Another thing that's important to consider when throwing blocks is that downed players make excellent blockers. They fill their space, but they can't be moved generally, so that's often very valuable. We have some players nearby that we can kind of like half cage with. I should just do this, like this is happening. Alright, hit that dodge. Alright. I still have my blitz, huh? I kind of want to just take this one-die block and try to corner this guy. If we get a knockdown here, we can free up Widow. Nice. Ooh. That's very good for us. That puts him on 5 star player points. So there's even a chance we could get a level up on our Pogoer just by like trying to throw a vanity pass at the end of the game. It's not terribly likely to work. I'm going to roll a GFI to mark this guy so that he doesn't have an easy get up and blitz. Ooh, I will re-roll that. Absolutely, I will re-roll that. We're in such a good position if this works. Okay. Because then we do this, and I think our ball carrier is now... Like, in order to hit our ball carrier, they have to make a couple of dodges, then they have to throw a pretty bad block. And I think I'm not going to try to throw this block, even though the block itself is pretty good, because if we rolled a 1 on the... If we rolled a 1, 2, or 3 on the really stupid check, because he's not assisted by a teammate, he would lose his tackle zones, and I think right now that's actually a pretty bad thing. Although, I guess these guys are so good at dodging. You know what? Thinking about it, they have a way better than 50% chance of getting out of the block, so I think it was right to try to throw that punch, which was pretty likely to work. Well, I guess the punch was less than 50% likely to work, right? Because the chance of it working was the chance of it working times 50% for whether or not I would pass the really stupid roll. I'm not really sure where the math fell on that. I did like punching the elf, though. That was fun. Okay, we have 4 turns left. But of course... Ooh, wow. That's a crazy way to do this. So he's going to dodge, then GFI, and then even if he gets a knockdown on the block, he has to knock the dude down in a space that's adjacent to 2 of my players. Oh, giggles, no! How badly? Broken ribs? I will apothecary that. Okay, yeah. No injury. Good. Okay, that's better for us than it is for them for now. They do get to move 1 more guy adjacent to it. So, if we deny this dude's assist, we have a 2-die block right here. Right, we have all the assists we need. Let's punch this guy while the punching's good. It's not that good. It does get him off of both of these dudes, though. I think I'm going to try to get Ivan the Terrible to walk into this guy. Remember, he does have to use all 3 points of his movement, so this could get a little dangerous. Wow. Lucky. I think the ball's in pretty good position for me right now. I feel like I have a lot of control. Alright, so let's move down. And if we're lucky, yes, that's exactly what I wanted. Because that puts us in a position... honestly, that could not have gone better. Now we're marking this guy. We could potentially assist against him. And... oh my god, this is great. Do not follow. Oh, maybe I should have followed, because we could foul this guy this turn. Yeah, I might want to foul that guy. I don't know if the ball carrier can participate in a foul or not. Alright, let's try to dodge out. Let's set up the 2-die block over here. I think I'm going to stay put. Just put that guy in a position where he can't do anything effective. And then I think my play is pick up, run to here. Sadly, do not throw the foul. Instead, have Widow come forward and cage on this side. And then we're in a pretty secure position. But, you know, again, this is assuming I hit this pickup. I didn't. Okay, but the ball's down adjacent to 3 of my players. And we have a pretty strong formation around it. Also, they have not failed any meaningful rolls so far, and so they still have 1 roll per turn. 1 team reroll available per turn, which is frustrating. If they do get the ball and they don't get clear, there's a pretty good chance that Ivan the Terrible will just be able to knock the ball carrier's block off without spending our blitz. And then we have, you know, we have lots of other options too. Ah, this is a bad one. Tuck and roll, Widow. Yeah, he's fine. Okay, so they're not even trying to get the ball. They're just trying to make it hard for me to get the ball on my turn. Oh, hey, look, the troll finally did something. Aw, couldn't get it. Couldn't get it a second time. Man. Okay, so if we get Widow up, he's getting crowd surfed. But I think I'm okay with that. I think it's okay to make them crowd surf him. They have definitely set us up in a position where it's awkward for me to get the assists I need. We can have Ivan the Terrible move this way, but there's a chance that he will knock out the Pogoer when he does so. Like, this is an awkward position for him. I think I would like to not have him lead. You guys have 4 moves, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And this guy's assist can't be denied. Damn it, he has guard. Well, so we need to get another assist here. I could leap over here. Does leap suffer a penalty? No, leap does not suffer a penalty for landing in tackle zones, it looks like. So we could leap to here. And then try this thing. And, like, a lot of good stuff could come out of that. We kind of need something magical to happen pretty soon, though. I'm going to try it. Three plus. Okay. It's a little silly that you get the action camera no matter what happens there. Oh, knock the ball loose. Come on, somebody catch it. Oh, you suck. Also, I thought failing to catch the ball on a scatter didn't end your turn. Oh, they failed their pickup. It might be something special with... Okay, so they did get the ball. I don't think the odds of them getting a touchdown are super high. Yep, now they have this thing for free. At least they used their blitz on it. Yeah, it's not so bad. This is real bad. Alright, who are you? You are a guy with 0 star player points. Alright. The Fanatic is probably moving up and then up on our next turn. I might try to dodge this guy away. He doesn't really have any place that he can dodge to that's any good. And we don't have any way of, like, interacting with this play, aside from doing this, I don't think. Yep, of course I hit my guy. Oh, and of course I rolled defender down. So that was a 2 in 3 chance of not hitting my guy. And then that was a 3-die block, so all I had to do was have any push. And there are 2 push faces on each die. The odds of that working out the way it did were extremely low. And then he runs... He dodges into tackle zones. Yeah, alright, well, I guess I lose. There's some not very classy play by the Glorious Clarions there. Can I still make a touchdown? Do I have a turn left? Okay, we're definitely going to try to keep our Fanatic. I have 1 turn left? Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep my player. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. So, it is technically possible for me to still score a touchdown. But some very specific things have to happen. So I think I need to put Blake on the line. We need to... Somebody has to get the ball. They have to come up and hand it to Blake. Blake can't move. Then we have to move the troll in front of Blake so that he's as close to the end zone as possible. He has to pick Blake up and throw him downfield. And the throw has to go pretty well, and then Blake has to stick the landing. But if all that happens, we'll have enough movement left to run into the end zone. It's not likely. It's not likely to happen. I'm going to put... Do I want to put a couple players back? Their positions actually don't matter almost at all. I guess the best thing would be... it would be really good if we get a troll not adjacent to an enemy player here. So let's try to make it so that we can clear this guy out. Because the troll needs to be able to move here and then make the throw. So we can probably knock this guy down. We can probably knock this guy down. So now we just need somebody to be able to make the handoff. So I'm going to back up a couple of our players. Try to have good enough coverage that we can make the handoff. There's a pretty good chance that the ball will land far enough back that the play isn't even possible. Nothing we can really do about that. So 6 move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, yeah, this is as far back as any player can be. And if the ball lands behind us, we can't win. It's gonna be a tough one. Sorry, we can't get the tie. To be clear, we are playing for a tie. Thiothron Ferondalen has suffered an injury. Good. Good for him. Okay. That's really good for us. That's step 1 of the plan done already. Actually, that's 2 steps of the plan. That means we don't have to make the somewhat difficult handoff roll. All we need is a push, but I will take it down. Sure, follow up. Okay, now I'm going to try this thing. This guy needs to go down. He has to go down or we do not have the plan. Awesome. I mean, he doesn't have to go down. He has to get at least pushed. Stay. Okay, here we go. So, how does this work? Hold on, let me read the rules on throw teammate. The player must be standing next to the intended teammate at the end of their movement during the pass action. Only quick and short passes may be attempted. So the thing is, the pass can't be accurate. It's going to scatter off of the space we throw him to, and he has to scatter toward the end zone. We have to get a little bit more luck on this even. Wait, what? Don't... Can I... I'm not sure how to do this in the engine, because I've never used throw teammate in Blood Bowl 2 before. Am I allowed to move and then declare the throw teammate, or... That's how I would do it in the tabletop. I'm going to assume that's what I do. Okay. This one. Please don't eat him. Okay. There's a pretty good chance that the troll just eats him when you try to pick him up. Oh no, okay. We don't have to scatter. We just have to not scatter back this way. And it is still the case that we have to land this. Okay, so there's a... First we have the always hungry roll. If we roll a 1 on that, the troll will eat the goblin. Then we have to roll a 3 or higher on the throw teammate roll. Then the goblin has to roll a 4 or higher to land. If all of that stuff happens, and we don't scatter too far back toward our own side of the field, we can totally get a touchdown here. Nope, he tried to eat him. Well, I guess that's that. The good news is, dude wiggled out, so he didn't actually get eaten. The bad news is we definitely lose. Oh well, it was gonna happen. Frankly, the fact that we pulled off our last win against a high elf team is the anomaly here. Low TV goblins getting beaten by relatively low TV elves is totally the expected outcome. It is a bummer though. So I haven't done the math. I don't know how many wins we need to be safe. We have to just come in the top half of our group, so that suggests to me that 4 wins probably makes us clear. And we already have 2 of them. I think we're well on our way. Oh, please don't die. This is the place where things could really go wrong, is if we take some serious injuries now after our apothecary's gone. Okay, not so bad. What were the odds on that? We had to make a 2+, then a 3+, then a 4+. I mean, like, definitely below 50%. But there was... it was possible, right? And the touchback happened. I felt really... I felt energized. Alright, well, it turns out we can only beat high elves about half the time, but for a goblin team, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good rate. I'll be honest with you, I would have felt a lot worse about that victory if I hadn't been compelled to try throwing a goblin down the field. That play always cheers me up, even when it doesn't work. MVP went to BTO, really? Okay, so he levels up. That could be big. Let's see what he rolls. Alright, come on, BTO. Show me something cool. I don't even know what I want from him. Doubles would be nice. He doesn't really need a stat point. Okay, he just rolled normals. So that means all he can get is strength. But there's some stuff in strength that's pretty relevant. First of all, I'm thinking guard. Right? Him being able to provide assists, even when his thing is denied, is going to make it so much easier for us to feed 2-die blocks to goblins. The other realistic choices are, you can pick strong arm, which makes him a little bit better at goblin throwing. You can pick break tackle. This is pretty good. He dodges with strength instead of agility, once per turn, but it means that he can actually move out of a tackle zone. Stand Firm prevents him from being pushed if I don't want him to be pushed. It's okay. Juggernaut is not a strong one, I don't think, because I'm always a little nervous about blitzing with trolls. I'm not a big fan of that. Grab is an option. You can use Grab to move an opponent to any square adjacent to you when you hit them. I don't think this is anywhere near as good as Guard or Break Tackle. And then our other option, realistically, is Piling On. So after you knock somebody down with a block, you can dive onto them, and it lets you re-roll the armor or injury roll, significantly increasing your chances of hurting them. But you dive on them, so you are also downed. And given how risky it is to try to get a troll to do anything, I would hate to have to pick one up. And plus, on a turn where they have to stand up, you're not that likely to throw a block with them, because blitzing with them is risky, because it burns your blitz if they fail the really stupid roll. So I think it's Guard or Break Tackle. The question is, do we need mobility of our troll, or do we need the extra assist more? And I think it's pretty clearly Guard then. Once he has Guard, Break Tackle becomes a lot more interesting, I think. I think we gotta take Guard here. Okay, not bad. Not bad for a troll to get a level up. I do kind of wish that I had gotten more than 2 level ups in my first 3 games. But man, it's hard to generate star player points with players who are not good at scoring touchdowns. Like, even punchy teams are just, a lot of it comes down to luck. Anyway, that's it for that part. Let's see who we play next. It looks like a skink team. Oh no, it's not lizardmen at all. Blue Jaws is trolls. This is real bad. Trolls are, orcs. Orcs are just goblins but better. Basically. They don't have our crazy weapons teams, but they have access to goblins if they want to run goblins. They have trolls, and of course, they can have a troll. And of course, they have orc players, who are totally fine. So they have pretty basic, 6 move, 3 strength, 3 agility guys. They have very high armor value, and they can run 4 black orc players, who only have 2 agility, but make up for it with 4 strength. The good news for us about Black Orcs is they only have 4 move, and they don't have any skills, naturally. So let's see. They have a Black Orc with Mighty Blow. They have... One of their Blitzers has picked up Dodge. Oof. As you guys saw during the last series, how effective a player with both Dodge and Block can be. This could be a real problem. They're also running 13 players, which is going to make it pretty hard for us to whittle their numbers down. They have a Thrower with Block. Yeah, geez. This is a team that I am pretty afraid of. I think we're going to lose. Well, we'll just have to be creative. The good news is they're ahead of us by 140 team value, and we have 60,000 money. So I might just sink all of our extra money into making it so that we can hire both a wizard and pull a bribe next turn, or next game, which should be pretty fun. So that's going to be it for us for today. Come back next time to see me matched up against basically just a better version of my own team. Honestly, I'm pretty nervous. And we'll see you then.